Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I have a Kamen Rider Ghost review for you. This is the first in the Ghost Change series, which is the gimmick line for this year's Kamen Rider. So this is Kamen Rider Ghost GC01 Ore Damashi. I guess Damashi is what the term they're going to use to refer to the kind of different forms. We also know of like Musashi Damashi and Edison Damashi. So here's the back of the packaging showing the Musashi and Edison I was just talking about. In GC02, you're going to get those two, little ghost capes or hoodies or whatever you would like to call them. So we have the figure, we have the ghost hoodie, and then down here hiding is his sword. So we'll get this guy out of the packaging and we'll take a closer look. Here is everything you get in the package. You have the figure itself, which I have to say, I think they did a great job on. I'm assuming because they're not going to be putting out, like with Gaim, you had almost like 4 or 5 Gaims by the time you were done. I believe the intention with this is to be, this is the only ghost that you actually get, and then you just keep buying new hoodies, just like the fruit to pop on top. So I think they put a little bit more love into this figure. You can see, and I'll zoom in a little bit, really nice detailing here on the legs. Really nice paint between the orange and the silver. Really nice job with the ghost driver. Kind of translucent plastic they also have here on the chest. And then they painted the lever here, or I guess handle, whatever you want to call that. So it's a really nice job with the driver. I think it looks really nicely detailed. Now, they didn't paint any specific icon in there, but I assume that was because they wanted to stay neutral because you're going to be putting lots of different hoodies on top of here. And I don't know if you can really see, but a little bit with the arms, you can see it, and even back here, and especially on the fingers, it's kind of a translucent plastic, which I think really adds to the kind of ghost aesthetic. So while it is black, it's really kind of almost like a dark, clear gray. And I think the orange highlights really, really look good with that. Come up here, and I know a lot of people have said this, but it really does look like a fencing helmet, just because of the kind of texture that it's got on here. It's almost like chainmail or something, it kind of reminds me of. But I think that's really nice. I really like this figure. I mean, basically it has the same, you can really see there how hollow the chest is. You can see my finger in the back. It's got the same articulation that any of these kind of gimmick figures have, like the Arm Change series or the Tire Kokon series. You have the head on a ball joint, you have an up and down and an around for the shoulder, bicep swivel 90 degrees at the elbow, wrist swivels, and then the 2 sets of fingers. You have waist articulation, same kind of shoulder joint in the hip where it's up and down and back and forth. Thigh swivel 90 degrees at the knee, and then ball joint for the foot. So it's definitely what we're used to, but I think it's a great amount of articulation for a figure. I think it looks really good. I love the clear aesthetic to it, and I like the orange highlights and accents. I think it looks really good overall. So I'm going to put him to the side. His sword is very basic, not really much going on here. It's the same kind of dark gray translucent plastic, which is really noticeable here on the edges. But it's a sword, it looks good. A lot of molded in detail, just not a lot of paint. But, I mean, I would have loved if they would have painted the handle or something just to get a little bit of that kind of seafoam green color that they have in some of the stuff. Would have been pretty cool, but I understand that, have to mass produce these, so. The other thing you get is the Ore Damashi, or the little ghost hoodie. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the head on mine is just a little off-center. Not that it's a big deal or anything, but very basic. It's a soft rubber plastic pretty much all the way around. These are kind of supposed to be like his hands, and you can kind of put them out to the front. There's a little bit of articulation there, so it could be like he's chasing after someone or something like that. When I first heard ideas of Ghost, I didn't know what the color scheme was going to be, and then when I saw the black and orange, I was kind of confused, and I was like, I really don't understand why they chose that color scheme. And then I kind of remembered that that's Halloween colors, so I don't know if that was done specifically because it's Halloween colors, or it's just a coincidence. I'm sure it's probably not a coincidence. I'm sure they had that in mind. But after I remembered that, I was like, oh yeah, okay, now this makes sense, and now I've really come to like the black and orange color scheme, and I think it really works. I didn't really know what colors I was expecting at first, but it just kind of caught me off guard, but I really have come to like it a lot. So this one does not come with a stand, unfortunately. I think GC02 comes with a stand that you can put these on. But basically, if you have one on him at all times, if you wanted to switch it out, you could put this on one of the stands from the other one, something like that. So, pretty cool. Basically, to transform this, to get ready to go on top of him, you just swivel these up, just 180 degrees, very simple. And then you just rotate this up, and you can see the ghost head under there. So you're going to bring this guy in, and you can see there are two little notches right on this back of his shoulders there. And this thing is just going to pop down. This is going to fit over top of his face. So you just bring this down, move the soft plastic around. Come on. It's giving me the business. Alright, so we pop this down, and you want to make sure that the back pegs pop in, and then that clips down on his face like that. I don't know if this is down all the way. I think it is. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then here you have Ghost. Yes, that's down all the way. I like it. I really do like the look of it. Try to zoom in here. It definitely, like I said, I really like the color scheme. As far as articulation goes, these hinder shoulder movement a little bit, but it's not too bad. Obviously, if you want it all the way down, you have to put the hands all the way down, but you can move it out. You can move it forward. Because of that ball joint where these connect to the rest of the hoodie, you can move his arms around. But his head articulation is pretty much non-existent because of the way these connect. Because these peg into the back here, and then this clips over the front. So you really can't move the head, because how this works is the mask is connected to 2 points in the hoodie, and that's how it swivels up and down, because it's got two like pegs on the side, and then it just swivels. So once it's down and on top of here, you really can't move it, because then it would kind of unpeg from the hoodie and just kind of fall out. So because of the way the gimmick works, that is the one problem with this, and it's kind of unfortunate. But, I mean, I can deal with it. It's not that big a deal to me personally. If you want to go ahead and pop his sword into his hand, you can go ahead and do that. I mean, all the rest of the articulation is still here, just like a normal arms change or tire Kokon, type of figure. So I feel like, you got a full range of leg motion. Arm motion is really not hindered that bad by the shoulder pads. It's really not. It's really just the head articulation. To me, I enjoy the gimmick figures because I just like the ability to swap them in and out. But if head articulation is very important for you, then you might want to bypass this line in favor of the Figuarts. But then you have to pay like full price for a full Figuart figure every time, because you can't interswap, the hoodies or jackets, for lack of a better term. The next in the GC line, GC02, is going to be 2 jackets. So you can take this one off and swap them on. So you're kind of getting 2 for the price of 1 there. Whereas with Figuarts, 1, they're going to be more expensive, and 2, you're going to have to buy a full figure each time, because the jacket is going to kind of be molded on there. So it's really just your preference. I know it is kind of a bummer that the head articulation is pretty much non-existent once you put the hoodie on. But unfortunately, if you're looking to stick with the budget line because of, money constraints, it's something you're going to have to deal with. So personally, for me, it's not that big a deal. I don't usually do a whole lot as far as head posing. I just kind of like to get him like this with a weapon in his hand, and I think he looks really good. I think it definitely looks good. The head articulation is really the only problem with the figure as a whole. I think they really did a nice job detailing the driver, all the paint and everything that's on this guy. I like the hoodie jacket. It's really just the head articulation. So it's really just a personal question to yourself how much that bothers you or not, if you can live with it. If you can, I recommend this line. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's only 1 figure so far, but so far I'm enjoying it. If head articulation is a big deal to you, you might want to wait for the Figuarts. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at GC01, the Kamen Rider Ghost Ore Damashi, and thanks for watching.